Hey there, want to learn how to make this fabulous vision board? Stick around and I will show you how. Hi friends, thank you so much for clicking this video. My name is Chesiyna and you are welcome. So today I want to talk about the 3 steps that you can take when you want to create a vision board. So if you have read my book, Made of Steel, you know that I have been implementing the Habakkuk 2:2 biblical principles since 2012. So this year marks 10 years of me actually applying those biblical principles. And guess what? I've seen so many of my visions happen in a miraculous way. So I truly believe in the power of Habakkuk 2:2, and that's why I want to share more about this in an in-depth way, okay? So I also want to mention that a few years after 2012, when I first heard about the Habakkuk 2:2 principle, I used to actually write my visions on index cards, and I think I mentioned this in one of my vision board success videos that I did last year. So after I started doing the index cards, but after that I moved over to a vision board. And I don't know if you can see behind me, I do have all of Terry Savelle Foy's books, because she's been a great inspiration as far as vision boards. So paired also with my background in clinical behavioral health, where I have done a lot of planning and goal setting, vision boards have quickly become one of those things that I truly love, and I know how to do them effectively. So that's what I will be sharing with you today. So just get a cup of tea, just relax, and I'll go ahead and show you all the steps so that you can also create one that will be effective and hopefully help you achieve your life's purpose. Okay, so the first step is vision mapping. And what is vision mapping? Vision mapping is when you basically brainstorm or just do a brain dump of everything you want to achieve. For me, I see a vision board as a long-term goal. So what will you achieve in 5 to 10 years? So you have to really implement something called SMART goals, and I'll put on the screen what exactly that means, and I'll also direct you to my blog where I explain more about it. So the vision board essentially will capture what you want to achieve in 5 to 10 years. So the first step, you want to actually brainstorm and see, where do I see myself over there in 5 to 10 years? So I will show you something that I've shown you in previous videos, which is my vision mapping book that I started in 2017. So it says Heather, and this is my blog and YouTube vision 2017 to 2018. So this was part of my vision mapping, where I journaled and I wrote down exactly what I wanted to achieve. So in as much as I've said blog and YouTube, I also wrote about other goals like graduation and stuff like that, but primarily I wrote about my blog and YouTube. So just to give you a bit of a background, I went ahead and I wrote quite a bit of things. Like, for example, over here, I'm just opening a random page and I have ideas for my blog. I even have sketches. So I was very detailed. And one thing that I can advise you as far as vision mapping, please do not throw away your notes, because I still reference all the ideas and everything that I wrote down 5 years ago. Can you imagine? 5 years ago. So this is so important. I cannot stress. It will really give you a direction and help you not to deviate away from it. There was a time on my YouTube channel, like I wanted to do like other things, and I looked down on my vision and I was like, you know what, that's not the vision that God gave me. Another thing that I want to note is when you do your vision mapping, it's important that you are in prayer and your goals align with the will of God and the purpose and plan He has for your life. So it's very important that you take some, like, of course you don't have to do like a 1-year prayer like I did. Like I spent a full year before I started the process of writing, doing my vision board. But for you, you can take even just a few days or a few weeks, but it's important for you to be in prayer and actually just, consult with God and make sure that you are in line with His will and purpose. Because if you write down a vision that's outside of the will of God, it won't be fun. It won't be fun at all. So that's the first thing that I'd like to let you know is you have to do your vision mapping. It's absolutely important. And in addition to that, please keep your notes. Another thing that I would like to say about vision mapping in general is just be sure to keep your book in a private place, because this, like for me, first of all, I'm a private person to start with, but I just believe in how powerful your vision can be and how dangerous it can be if it falls in the hands of someone who is not for you. So I think it's also important, just keep it in a place where it's safe. That's just something that I would mention. And also, as we move over to the next step, I would also like to mention that it's absolutely important when you are doing your vision board, be very selective as to who is around you, because I know nowadays people are big on vision parties, vision board parties, and I spoke about this in my previous video about vision board success. Please be very careful about the people who you surround when you're doing your vision. You don't want them to minimize your vision or cause you to actually alter your vision to fit what is deemed good in their eyes. You have to be in alignment with what God has for you in your life. And that's it. The step 1, vision mapping.
Okay, so I will go ahead and show you how to create your beautiful vision board. It's going to be a very, very easy process, and at the end you will see the benefits of actually doing it this way. So just feel free to use Canva or PicMonkey. Any will work just fine, or if you have any other design platform that you're more comfortable with, like for example, some people are comfortable with Photoshop, feel free to use it. Don't feel as if you're limited and you have to use Canva. For my first vision board, I actually used the basic version of PicMonkey, and guess what? It's still serving me well. So just a quick disclaimer is that I do use Canva Pro, but honestly, the basic version should be able to give you the same exact features, and you'll come up with something that you will definitely be happy with. So the first thing that you're going to do is create a design. But keep in mind, you have to think about what layout you want. Do you want it vertically or a horizontal layout? For me, I do prefer a horizontal layout. So let me go ahead and do a custom size in inches, 8 by 10. And I'll show you something real quick. So 8 by 10 inches, but you can do 5 by 7, depending on the frame that you want. Because after we do this, you want to frame your vision board so it can look extra pretty and it can last long. So let me go ahead and create the design, and you will see that the vertical design came up and I do not want it. I actually reversed the dimensions on purpose so that you can see how you can be able to resize it. So on Canva, you can hit resize and I can flip it because I do want the horizontal layout. And what I like about it is if you've already started something and you're like, oh, actually, I want a bigger dimension, you can always resize it and you can go larger if you want. If you have enough space on your workstation or wherever you're going to hang your vision board, you can go larger. So don't feel limited as to size. If you want to go bigger, feel free. If you want to go smaller, you can do that as well. Now, at this point, keep in mind, you have already gathered all the pictures that you want that resonate with your vision board and the vision mapping that you already did. So for demonstration's sake, I came up with just an example of things that I want to achieve. For example, let's say I want to graduate as a nurse, maybe have 2 more semesters remaining and I'm doing my clinical work. I want to maybe hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want a beautiful rustic wedding. I want my dream home. And your vision mapping book should already have all these details. They should be smart, obviously. But I'm just doing this so that you can just have an idea as to how you can do it. So let's start off with, you can go here and actually upload the photos that you want. So you can go there and upload. But for me, since this is just a mock-up, I will go ahead and use the photos that are already here that are on Canva. So I'm going to use the photos that they do provide. But for you, since you're actually going to be doing your real vision board, of course, you have to be very selective and ensure that the pictures that you're picking represent your vision. So I said that I want a house. So let me go ahead and just look for any photo of a house and put it in here. Now, one thing you can do, you can actually make this into a grid. Let me show you if I can pull it up. Where is that? The elements. So you can actually put a grid if you want to, if you want everything to be really symmetrical, but I don't like doing that because I like to overlap stuff. So I'm not going to do that. So let me go ahead and pull up house and just look for any pretty picture that I see. Let's say, oh, okay, this looks like a beautiful home. So let's say I want that house and it's so pretty. I'm gonna do that. And then I said I want to graduate as a nurse. So let me go ahead and look for a picture that represents me. I'm just gonna pick any. I'm not going to be so picky because I don't want to waste too much time here. So let me just pick this one since it's the first one that's come up. Okay, and you see now you can start layering and overlapping. Just a quick tip, if you go to Redfin or any of these platforms like Zillow and you see a house that you like, guess what? Take a snip and put it right there. If it's maybe in a street that you like, put it right there. We're trying to be specific, right? So that's something that you can do. And then I said, what else did I say? I said I want a rustic wedding. So let me go ahead and look for a picture of a rustic wedding. Oh my goodness, this looks so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna put it here. And then if I want this to be highlighted, I can always send it backward or forward. So I can bring it forward if I want the house to be more prominent. And you see the layering is really perfect. That's why I don't like using the grid. Okay, so I said I want to work out. Okay, but first let me put YouTube. Okay, so I think I've used this girl in one of my videos in the past. Okay, so let's do that, and I'm just gonna layer here. Okay, and I said 5,000 subscribers, so I'm gonna add that in a second. Okay, so let me put workout. Okay, and I'm going to try to do something funny with this. Okay, so let me see. Let's see. Okay, can I pick? Okay, I really like this picture she has. Okay, so I'm going to do something like that. And let me go back to elements and show you something. Let's see, grid. I'm looking for a circle. Okay, where are those things? Okay, what is it called? Circle. Let's see. Okay, I'm missing something. But anyway, gosh, let me do something like this. There's a way you can put a picture on here, and I'm trying to figure it out. Let's see, grid. Gosh, I'm doing this as if it's my own. Okay, so grid. Oh my goodness, what is it called again? I'm forgetting. Picture. Okay, anyway, you'll get my point. So anyway, I'm gonna look for a photo of mine. And okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and how can I edit image with this background remover? It's only available for the pro version, but I just wanted to show you like how good this can be. Okay, so I'm gonna crop myself, and you can actually put oh my god, this is so silly. Okay, so let me delete that lady, and I'm gonna put my head on here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, let me try not to laugh because I'm going to totally mess up the audio. And yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do this. This actually works fine. So this is something that I do. I know it's strange, but if you have more time, obviously it's gonna look better than that. But I just wanted to show you that these are things that you can do to make it more personal. Like in my current vision board, I use pictures of I like Olivia Pope or Kerry Washington. So sometimes I use her photos and I just make it fun and silly. Yeah, so that's what I do. So let me actually make it this bigger, and oh geez, and expand this. But you get the point. You can actually make this even more prettier if you have more time. But yeah, so oh my gosh, I'm so silly. Okay, so what else did I say that I want? Okay, and as far as nurse, another thing that you can do is, let me go ahead and put, if it's gonna come up. Okay, there we go. You can also go ahead and, let's say you want to be licensed. I can say Heather Chesiyna RN. Let me reduce it and make it a color that's going to pop. Another trick that you can do is actually take a shape like this one, and there we go. So it says I want to be an RN, and you see how pretty it looks. Okay, so one last thing, let me expand it. There we go. I have a Bible verse that I want to highlight, right? So let me go ahead and copy it. And I'm also going to take the same shape and if you want the position, you can put it center, middle, you can do whatever you want, or you can put it at the bottom. So I'm gonna put it at the bottom, center, and text. And you can even use the funky text that's there, really pretty, but I just want it to be, okay, so I'm gonna do that, and feel free to play around with it. I'm trying not to laugh so much because this microphone is right next to me and I have a habit of laughing so much and I don't want to ruin the audio. So I'm trying my hardest not to laugh. Okay, great. So that looks nice. And okay, so I want this to pop, so I'm gonna do bold. Great. So that's just an example of how you can do it. Perfect. And then I'm going to say this is my vision board. And another thing is, let's say my word for that particular year, let's see, is faith. Which color should I use? Oh, is it stuck? Hold on. Okay. Actually, let me use something else. Which one? Oh, this one. Okay. And I'm going to put faith. Take this one out. So I'm going to reduce it, and let's say that is my word for the year. Oh my goodness, that looks so pretty. Oh my gosh, this is believable. Okay, great. So, oh my goodness, that looks so pretty. And like I said, you can go overboard. Like if you want to razzle dazzle, you can put other things. You can put glitter. You can put borders. Like the sky is the limit. You can put borders if you want. Really pretty borders if you want. You can do that as well. I'm not gonna do it. I just want it to be nice and clean. And guess what we're going to do next? We're going to download it. And okay, so we're going to download it. And this is a beautiful file that you're going to get. Okay, so let me open it so that you can see it in all its glory. There we go. That is so pretty. So the next thing that you're going to do is go to CVS and print it out and put it on a frame. So that's it. I think it looks pretty. It looks so pretty, honestly. I could probably do more work. It's just that I couldn't find how to. There's something that you can get, like a cutout, where you literally crop your picture and it's circular, but I didn't have time to do that. But honestly, that is pretty. So I just wanted to show you that. And I will actually print this out just to show you how good it can be. I'll go ahead and save this and print it out and then I will show you the final picture once all this is said and done. But that's it. It's really simple and it's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Okay, so the third step, which is the most exciting step, is actually to display it. One of the reasons why people actually say that vision boards don't work is because they don't display it. You work on your vision board, then you forget it in your closet, or you don't even print it. So this is very important. For me, I do display it at my workstation. So when I wake up in the morning, when I sit down to actually do my work, I'm constantly looking at my vision, and I really feel energized and revitalized when I look at it. I'm like, okay, that's where I'm headed. So I think it's very important to do this. So I will show you what I printed out. I was not able to go to CVS to do a picture copy. So what I did is that I just printed from my computer and put it in a frame. Oh gosh, there's a bit of glare from the window. Okay, so you can see it looks good. So imagine if you were to actually go and do maybe a matte or a glossy photo from CVS, it will look fabulous. So that is the next step for you to print and put it where you can see. Again, because I'm private and I'm very sensitive about vision, please do not put it in your living room where visitors will be like, ooh, wow, so this is what you want to do. What are your plans? Put it somewhere private. Like for me, I put it in upstairs in my workstation where it's just my family that can see it. So don't put it like in in your kitchen or in your living room where, you know, if you have someone random, they can come and maybe demoralize you in your vision journey. So that's it, guys. Those are my 3 steps. And as I told you, this is something that I've been doing for 10 years, and I have seen so many good things happen. I'm still praying on this, but I'm hoping that in the next few months, I will share certain things that actually came true for me because of this principle based off of Habakkuk 2:2. I've talked about a couple of things on my blog, but I want to go ahead and share in depth about them. So stay tuned, you know, like, share, and subscribe if that's something that you want to learn from me. I'm telling you, I was extremely specific. You have no idea. On most of these things, I was extremely specific. And guess what? When the visions came true, they came true to the T. To the T. So it's just amazing, and I'm just, I feel humbled, I feel blessed just to know that the Word of God is active, it's alive, and it does work. And in as much as I know a lot of people right now on YouTube are highlighting Habakkuk 2:2, I don't think we should neglect the rest of the verses and the rest of the principles that do work. In the next few months, I'm hoping to, you know, pick a couple of things, you know, as I'm guided, so that I can share it with you, because I'm telling you, it's really powerful. And that's it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you on the next one.